One of the most storied venues in college football, Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. It's the Stanford Cardinal and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Here in South Bend, this is one of the most revered college campuses and college football shrines. You know, touchdown Jesus, all of the excitement at Notre Dame Stadium. You hear the echoes of the Irish every time you step on the field. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. Fielded in the end zone. It's Porter. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
And man, that's... Surprised that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up in a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
The run inside. It's Mobley. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Sends it back in motion. Carr from the gun on 3rd down. Left side is Coleman Williams. At the 35, he's open. Hits the afterburners. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
Man, is it nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, short pass, but he has such speed, elusiveness, vision, the whole 9. He shows you all of it right there. Catches the football, makes some people miss, gets upfield, and gets the long gain. That is so nice for a quarterback to throw it short, but you get all those yards after the catch.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Touchdown! Fighting Irish! Got it right in the heart of the end zone. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
And the extra point splits the uprights. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking downfield, it's Warren. Finds his man, it's Brown.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. He's going to throw it again. Bought a little time, lets it go. Caught, it's Ford. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon. You got to find him in the passing game.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
And David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Can hold on in the face of the contact. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Back to throw, it's Warren. Looking to the big tight end. Working the big fella to the corner. Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Tries to get it himself. He is denied, and it'll be second and goal.
You know, they went QB design run, but there just was nowhere for the quarterback to go. He couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to do.
And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Stanford! Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the point after is good. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Right side, it's Mobley. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
Over to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
And I would argue that's one of the most difficult things to play as a defense is those second plays when they start to get outside the pocket. He does a great job buying time. And what does he do when he rolls out? It gets his receiver a chance to get down the field more, and then he chucks it downfield for the big completion.
Into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Tight end now in motion. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity. opportunity here.
Well, short yardage situation, they decide to go with the toss play, and nice job up front, getting a little bit of push. That's all they needed to get that first.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Running inside, it's Mobley. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a crease, it's Mobley. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Timeout is called by the Cardinal. That's their first. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Quick give. It's Mobley. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Irish!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left. We are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Moving the pocket, it's Warren. Couldn't set his feet.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Back to pass on second down. Here comes the heat. And it's a sack. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. The hit, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Carr to throw. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. Crosses the 30. He's got a lead. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Here we go. They'll try to get get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Drops back. It's Warren. Time to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
Second down to the air. Back's got it on the screen. Picked up 8 yards there, third down and 2.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. He's changing the play. They're going to go to the air on third and short. Going to try to get it himself. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Notre Dame will now use its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. He didn't make it. He needed one, and he's going to lose one instead.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Throwing. Carr. Got it in the middle. It's Porter. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now on first and goal, a score here, and that mountain is huge if you want to make a comeback. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Back's looking for the goal line. And he's down right there. Picked up a few, but still some work to do to get a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Carr. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. Just about set to get this second half underway. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this open.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
You have to imagine the game plan in the second half. Being down, I got to come out and throw the football successfully, but how about this offensive line? They don't do their job. They don't protect their guy, and the defense setting the tone right out the gate.
The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's second and long. Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And those in-breaking routes, man, it's got to be trust. Trust in the offensive line to do their job, and then trust that you know your receiver is going to break that off and come straight down the line of scrimmage. Stay away from the defense, especially those guys that sit back there trying to look at the quarterback's eyes and read them. Nice timing on that in route.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Right back to the well. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
To the air, it's Warren. Under pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback in the first series here.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. From the gun, it's Ford. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw on that last play.
Fresh setter downs going to the air. That one just came off his hand badly.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Looking for a man, it's Warren. They're all over him. And down he goes. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got it.
And that's this guy's third catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and as every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
Stanford going back to work with another first down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
The defense has the lead, and they're playing like it right now. I mean, they are pinning their ears back in these passing situations. They're not worried at all about the run game. They're just getting up the field, and they're getting to this quarterback.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. They'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. The fake wants to throw. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it out. It's Perez. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Mobley. Stopped right there.
And they stop him there with a tackle for a loss. And how about the run defense in this football game? A lot of coaches, man, they talk about it. Coming into a game, first thing we have to do is stop the run. Both these defenses so far have been up for the challenge.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
They're in the gun, third down. Here's Carr. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball...
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. Carr to throw for it on fourth. Unloads to the wideout. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
To the air, it's Warren. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Touchdown, Cardinal! Meadow on the end zone, he's got it! Now they'll try the two-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. Snap in the shotgun. Fires it incomplete.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
From deep, it's Perez. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Breaks into the open. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work in the final period of this one.
Ready? One, check. Booster. Ready, go!
Here's Carr to throw. Looking for a huge play. Snags it inside the 20. Could be an alley. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Well, the offense is finding success throwing this guy's way. He just had a massive, massive play, his longest catch of the game. And I think if you're on offense, you got to keep looking this guy's way. He's now starting to prove that he's eating his guy alive in coverage, and he needs more touches.
So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock. And he's in! Touchdown, Fighting Irish! Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a two-possession game. They must get something here. Back to pass, it's Warren. Throws to the wideout. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Lets it fly. Working the middle. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Stanford, fresh off that big play through the air, is back to work. Drops back on first down. Look out! And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending.
Long way to go on second down. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
Now third and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Making the adjustment. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Fires downfield. Out wide left, it's Hall. There he goes. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Oh, pressure's coming. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Moves the pocket. It's Warren. Rush right in his face. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Making the adjustment on the play. Got to make the play on 4th. Looking deep. Makes the catch. Converts on 4th down and still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. It's 1st and goal as Stanford comes to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
To the air, it's Warren. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
How about the taking the shot off of the RPO? A lot of times you see RPO routes and you throw it real quick, whether it's a bubble or a glance, but they're like, nah, I'm going to fake the run right here, take a deep shot. The offense being very aggressive.
2nd and long here. Throwing, Carr fires to the wideout. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a 1st and goal after the pick. They'll run it. It's 4. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. The Irish use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. He's going for the goal line. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Stanford! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. It looked as if he got a hand on it before it traveled 10 yards, and that's going to be a penalty. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead.
Break. Let's go. Hey, take it. Sweep. Here we go.
Carr rushes on, and he never had a chance. Timeout is called by the Cardinal. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Back to pass, it's Carr. Here comes the heat. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Here on third down for this offense. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Fires to the right. And they can't make the play on third down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Fourth down, Carr. Throws to the tight end. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Looking for more room. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Cardinal. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Well, this has been a defensive war, and you were just wondering which side could hang on long enough. But how about the defense coming away with a big pick six late to take the lead? You got to step up in big moments. You saw the ball thrown, you pluck it out of the air, you find your convoy, and you're off to the races. That is an outstanding game-changing play.
It's caught. The two-point try is good, and now it's a three-point game. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. 22. Here's Carr to throw. Fires to the right. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
Looking for a man. It's Carr. Shoots it to the left. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
They get a huge play offensively, and now in this 2-minute situation, you got to think about clock management, right? When are we spiking the ball? We got to be throwing.
Looking for a deep man. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. Here in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
Throwing, Carr. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range.
Ready. Black 14. Freeze, freeze. Booster. Level. Go.
From the gun on third down, Carr. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
And it's now or never. It's do or die for this offense. Fourth down, late in the game, trailing. They absolutely have to connect and move the chains right here. This thing's over.
Ready. Wide 53. Hydra. Slide. Sweep. Move. Go.
Carr to throw for it on fourth. Unloads to the right. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
You just can't say enough about how this defense has played today. They came in here, David, as the underdog. They wanted to prove everybody wrong. They got turnovers today, and they get a massive stop at the end of the game when they need it.